At times, I have to look at very closely, so I think that spacing is going to be a factor we'll look at. Do I think we challenged the opposition breakdown more? I think that was a significant improvement today. It was harder for them to win that ball, but clearly we got stretched on the edges a little bit, so we need to attend to that. And part of that, then, if I talk about it, is just expand upon that upstairs. Everything's about the team and helping the team win, helping the team move forward. And from my experience when I was a player, I thought I was playing in teams that were people were saying, I don't want to make mistakes because I want to get picked next week, and it's not about ensuring, I don't want to be the one getting criticised. So I'm trying to create an environment where I want the players to commit wholeheartedly to what we're trying to do as a team. I want to back them to do that, playing within how we meant to play, how we wish to play, and that's so that everybody understands it. Everybody understands how we're trying to play, so there's no confusion there. But backing the players, they are a different group to the group we had before. I remember I said I'm holding them back in training. They go fast, they run, and they want to run hard. So for me, being very conscious that getting that training right with them, and the players who want the ball and they want to tackle, they want to make a difference, and that for me, for the future, as I look to the future, that's really positive for English rugby. There's going to be some mistakes right now. It's just how I can keep encouraging them so that we don't end up with what's happening.
This is to be tricky, but if you are encouraging them, backing them, and trying to play down the threat of mistakes and the worries about that, does that have a difference in how you do view? Not criticising them, maybe in the past, analysing matches. Does it actually make material difference?
Without question, what you praise, what you measure, what you reinforce, happens more. So continue going right. Well, this is looking at what we do want, trying to show the players over and over again what we do want, and trying to reinforce that. There will be definitely times where we see what we don't want. That's very clear. The lines are really clear, and we want to make sure that is coached, that is emphasised without question.
Will they just know what's coming, and then it's about who does it better?
So one recruited Felix to join the coaching team. Because I thought he's a really good coach, and everything I'd heard about him speaking to him, has been a fantastic coach. And I want the players to have the best possible coaching team around them. I want the players to come into England camp and enjoy the environment and know they're going to get better, know they're going to be coached by coaches who also want to learn and want to be the best they can be. That's what struck me about Felix. Will we be different next week? Yes. We'll change. We'll be choices. We've got effectively almost the same number of training sessions again this week that we've had. We'll be better next week, and we have to be better. There's some good things today. There were some bits that were not at the required standard, and some breaks we conceded too easily. So we're going to make sure we're much better next week.
Can you explain the risk reward element to Felix's style? Sort of quite a few guys coming out the line, and obviously sometimes that resulted in you getting hit behind the game line, but then obviously there were times when Italy were able to break off the back of that.
Yep. I think if you look at those, and obviously I haven't watched the game back yet, is the thing that struck me is how you saw the other players covering and how hard they ran. And so things aren't perfect, and then you've got to have your teammates to help you out, teammates to cover it, teammates to run hard for each other. So that's the big message. When something goes wrong, there's no point dwelling on what's gone wrong. Try and fix it as quick as you can, cover it up and get back into a system that you want. That struck me today, and I think that shows you a bit more about the character that's in the team. So obviously the team's changed a little bit, and we've got a few players that aren't available right now. So he's looking at ways to enhance that. I think we've got some young players coming through that add a different dimension to what we're trying to do. What pleased us was the ball movement, because that was something we didn't do well. So I think as you look at English rugby as a whole right now, if you compare it to a few years ago, and you guys have been watching English rugby for a long time, in terms of the genuine power that England hasn't. You can see England hasn't produce that kind of power for a little while. So what we're doing is trying to find a way and developing a way that we believe is the right way, that allows us to play to the strengths that we do have. I think this group's a different group in the sense that I've talked about. Do you mind just backing up just a little bit?
Oh, please.
I think this group is different. It's got speed. I think it's got a different type of athleticism. It might not have the same levels of power, but I think it's got some other strengths. It's got ball movement. If you look at that midfield now, they move the ball. So what we'll do is try to find that balance, right?
It's your understanding that Olin is going to be quite ready. I know you're going to get an update, but as we are right now, is your understanding Olin Lawrence might need a bit longer, is he not?
I don't think Olin Lawrence will be available for next week, as things currently stand. I hope we'll get some good news back on the
Can I just ask you about Manny Favourite, who obviously managed to get a few minutes at the end and a couple of touches. Do you anticipate you'll need to sort of take extra care of him, look after him a bit next week, because there will be a lot of noise in Wales about that decision and so on? I mean, within the camp, I'm sure you'll be taking care of him anyway, but will you anticipate a tricky week for him? I
think we're real cognizant of that, and I think that's rightly so. And I think, given the World Cup experience, I think we're very, there's a high awareness now of those external noises and external factors. So ensuring we give all the players all the support they need for things. Interestingly, regarding Manny, what I've seen is a guy who, probably three things. One, trains really hard, prepares for training really well, trains really hard. Two, enjoys being with the players. And three, the remaining time is studying. He's studying for his medicine degree. So I think he's pretty busy, and I don't think he tends to dwell on
he's on his phone too much.
My experience right now is that he's got his head focused on where it needs to be.
Okay, here we go.
Well, I will keep it for you.
George, congratulations. England have won an opening Six Nations game. Is a bit of relief in the change room?
Oh, we're happy with the win. It's always crucial to win your first game. And we got tested a few times, especially that first half. So we're really pleased with the way we responded to them moments. There was plenty of good stuff in there, and as probably everyone's seen, there's some stuff that were a little bit clunky and that we need to tidy up as well. But it's probably a normal thing off the back of quite a lot of new faces and a few new maybe systems in the way we're trying to play and stuff.
Talk about that new system, particularly the defensive system. How's it settling in?
Yeah, no, it's really good. Like, we're excited about it. We want to go and take time and space off the opposition and force errors. We saw that a fair bit today, but we also saw that we conceded a few line breaks and we got caught on the edge a little bit. So something for us to look at. But I suppose the positive is we've got that to look at now, and we can improve on it because we're really excited about giving it a go. And like today, we did force some errors as well.
Just on you personally, getting the nod to start. You've not long been back from injury yourself. How are you feeling? Yeah,
I feel great. It's great to be back in this environment and playing in the great competition that the Six Nations is. And with obviously quite a new squad, a lot of new faces around. It's been different, but it's been positive and exciting, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Before I let you go, I know you weren't on the pitch at the end. Could have been a 13-point win. It was a 3-point win. Do you think there'll be some frustration there? Yeah, of course.
Every time we get down to the opposition 22 or try line, we want to be clinical and come away with something, and we couldn't quite do that at the end, and then obviously they went up the other end and scored. So like I mentioned earlier, there's plenty of stuff that we need to get better at, and we won't paper over the cracks of that because we understand that Wales next week's a really tough challenge as well.
Enjoy your evening, well done.
Thank you, cheers.
Come è stato questo ritorno?
Tante emozioni, sicuramente potevamo far meglio, abbiamo sbagliato alcune cose e questo ha permesso di far rimanere l'Inghilterra in gioco. Infatti hanno fatto tanti punti sui calci e personalmente sono abbastanza felice, non soddisfatto al 100%, però continuerò a lavorare in settimana per arrivare pronto contro l'Irlanda.
A livello fisico, come ti sei sentito? Mancavi da tanto tempo comunque a livello così alto, come sono state le sensazioni?
No, a livello fisico buono, perché comunque al club ho giocato, ho avuto l'opportunità di fare minuti e di riprendere il ritmo partita, quindi non è stato tanto un problema. Come sempre i primi minuti sono quelli più difficili, ma una volta che superi quelli di fiato poi è tutto più semplice.
C'è stato un momento sulla meta di Mitchell dove l'avevi preso, poi c'è stato forse un doppio movimento, qualcosa che poteva essere fischiata lì.
No, io credo che l'arbitro oggi abbia fatto una buona prestazione, non ho niente da ridire e lì sicuramente ho sbagliato io, ho sbagliato un po' il sistema, e capita sbagliare i placcaggi, però non ci voleva sicuramente, perché se non avessi segnato quella meta magari avremmo vinto, però è andata così.
Tommy, sei il più giovane della squadra. Ti sei trovato spesso al centro dell'attacco di questa squadra, tra l'altro contro una squadra invece che è arrivata terza ai mondiali. Come ti fa sentire questa cosa?
Ma sinceramente non ci penso mai al fatto che io sia il più giovane in squadra, perché ormai è da tanto tempo che sono con i compagni, con la squadra, quindi non mi fa pesare nessuno questa cosa, mi sento confidente delle mie abilità, vedo che anno dopo anno, mese dopo mese continuo a migliorare e questo è il mio obiettivo, continuare a lavorare sui miei punti carenti e rafforzare tutto il resto per arrivare al top.
Hai saltato il mondiale per un infortunio contro l'Irlanda. Qual è il tuo stato d'animo in questo caso?
Dopo l'infortunio sicuramente.
Obviously, like I said, a couple of little times were off it for those tries, but yeah, pleasing, really pleasing.
Do you have more license to come out the line, shoot out the line, if you think you can hit someone?
Coming out of the line and try and do it together. Just tough in test matches. Pressure's high, ball can be quick sometimes. It's all about just being on the same page, but you'll be getting there.
With everything that's been talked about, obviously Steve talking about kind of not being lost in criticism or worried about making mistakes, and Jamie talking the same way, and referencing loosely enough basketball and that kind of thing, and then this aggressive defence and the way you've gone at the attack as well. It's a group of people that are not going to die wondering in any way. Yeah, that must be really exciting. That sounds refreshing. It's not quite fuck it, let's just go at it, but there is a little element of.
It's exciting, but it's a fine line. We're not being flippant and just saying, whatever. You know what I mean? We've got some young boys in, some new boys in, and they've got some really good energy with them. I think it's a good feel amongst the squad. Jamie's also made a big point about not being worried about making mistakes, and that's not thinking whatever, just chuck a ball without looking. You know what I mean? It's try and play into our strengths. I mean, we've got a big focus on what players have been selected for, the way they've attacked, in some cases obviously the way they defend as well, but what they've brought in the Premiership, and we don't want people to come away from that. Play into our strengths wherever we can is going to be important.
I was going to say, just on the new boys, can you talk a bit about how Manny's adapted? Obviously, he didn't have that many minutes, but going into next week, he's likely to be the sort of centre of attention for this reason. And then how he's going to cope with that, do you think?
I think he'll cope really well. He's got a real good head on his shoulders. Obviously, only young, but he's very mature for his years. I think he's a switched on bloke. Obviously smart. He's going to be a doctor one day. So, I think he'll take it in a stride. I mean, he's taken everything so far in a stride. He's had pretty quick ascent to international rugby. So he's come into Chiefs, played pretty much whenever he's been fit this year, and coped with every challenge thrown at him. And I think he's only been doing that this last couple of weeks as well. Really impressed how he's applied himself, how he's integrated with the boys, how he's learning all the time. He's only going to get better. Gatlin said